I am recording, just had to make sure that the red dot was there. I normally don't play with my cam anymore because I'm always so obsessed of it being perfectly centered. Anyhow, Montana comes out in a couple of days, I think in 3 days on August the 4th. You'll probably see me look over there a lot because for a couple of years my camera was on an angle. I had the DSLR camera. Super high-end. Nobody needs to see me super high-end. I am not a pretty boy. We don't need any of that. So Montana, just for some people that may not be good with their geography, Montana is right here. And it borders two provinces where I'm from in Canada. We've got Alberta and Saskatchewan. And right about in the middle here is where the two provinces separate. And Montana is a beautiful, beautiful state. And I do find some similarities, especially with the Cascades, with a place like, let's say, Oregon, which is a little bit more down here. And what's really nice is the fact that Far Cry 5 took place as well in Montana. Days Gone took place in Oregon, but it reminds me a lot of, right around here. Anyways, we're going on a trip. We're going to pick up a job. It is raining. I thought there was a smart rain thing. You know what that means? A smart rain thing? No, that's the signal. It's been a while since I played. There we go. No, that's not it. Come on now, work with me, making me look bad. This is what happens when you don't play the game for a while. I don't think I was supposed to drive up on that curb. So this is some 1.45 gameplay, and I'm very I'm still looking over there. This is so weird. I don't know what I'm doing. And I've never pretended like I knew what I was doing. Normally, my gameplays are a little bit smoother than this. I mean, they're not that bad. But I'm going to go in this view. No shame whatsoever. I swear I'm going to be looking over there for like the next couple of years. And then I'll get back with my DSLR camera. Because what ended up happening was I got a new desk, right? And it's a little bit smaller, and I felt like I never go full screen anyways on camera. Nobody needs to see like a Hollywood quality visual of what my face looks like. Like, nobody needs to see that. People need to see the gameplay at a better resolution, so... Or just better quality. Same resolution, just very different quality. So we're gonna go and get a job here in Idaho. Maybe I should show you where I am, sorry. I forgot to do that because I just want to do some gameplay here. So here we are in Idaho, and we're going to go to Twin Falls, and then I think we're going near the Salmon. And then what I'm going to end up doing, depending on how long it takes, is I'm going to drive to Sandpoint to unlock that point for fast travel for later. This is not, or maybe it is accurate as to all the places I've gone. You can really clearly see them. I think that's relatively new in the latest couple of updates. I don't remember my map looking like that. So there you have it. So this is my first time playing with my steering wheel. Since my new desk, my new setup, everything's just a little bit different. Like I said, slightly less room, but much better cable management. So that makes me very happy. Remember that my playthroughs are more to just have fun, talk about random different things. It doesn't even really have to be about the game. This is one of my main go-to games in my entire life, where I just like to sit back, enjoy. I'm not saying this isn't a game that has some challenges, but this isn't like Call of Duty or having to think, playing Civilization or, The Sims, where there's just like a lot of having to think. This is more like skill-based in terms of when you have a trailer and you're doing a big job. But I can easily get distracted in this game, is my point, compared to other games. And as always... you see my frames at the bottom? Sometimes that happens. Very rarely. I have a pretty beefy computer. Trust me, I can run Red Dead Redemption 2 on Ultra 1080p 60 FPS. My old computer can run this no problem. Could be the update. It's hard to say. I'm not really running any mods, actually. I don't really like mods in this game. I know a lot of people might think to themselves, oh my god, did he just say that? But I don't, because what ends up happening, like when I had Canada, for instance, there was some updates that happened, then there wasn't an update to my Canada map. Everything got wonky, rather. And now British Columbia just vanished, and now to get it back, it just seems like it's a little bit of a hassle, and I just want to get back into the game. I know a couple of people commented saying they really enjoyed the Canadian cruising, but ultimately North America is just a beautiful place to begin with. I am going a little bit faster, and I'm cranking it at 100 miles an hour, aka 160 kilometers an hour. I took off the governor. And that's to make the gameplay a little bit faster. It's not realistic. So maybe I could just ease off the gas and instead roll at like 80 or 90 miles an hour. Because that's realistic. Actually, it is 80 miles an hour. So it really depends. When I'm recording, I kind of like to just not be goofy, but speed, things like that. Sometimes I drive around, I'm not even hauling cargo. And that's not usually what people are looking for when they're watching this kind of content. However, I create content that I would want to watch. I would like to watch, maybe if I'm eating lunch or something, someone randomly just, cruising around, showcasing the game. As you can tell, my frame rate's much more stable. There's still areas throughout the game that I do notice sometimes it'll chug for a couple of frames, and I tend to find that that's normal. But for the most part, this is an incredible game overall. Like I said, my computer's much stronger than my last one, and my last one could run this game no problem at 60, so any dips we see in the frames is not a fault of my computer. We'll blame the game. Yeah, so we'll go pick up some cargo, do a little job. Apparently we'll be there in 70 kilometers. Hey, police, you want to pull me over? I'm speeding. Plus, my money's unrealistic at 1.6 million. I played the game legit, I really did, for quite a few hours. Like, I mean, a long time. And I had some wonky beta updates and some mods that completely broke my game, and then I lost everything. So that was very frustrating. So I ended up using a mod to bring me back to where I was. Sorry, I got something in my eye there. I mean, I normally blink a lot, but not this much. So what ended up happening is it overshot me with my levels. It was sort of like an all or nothing. And it was the same thing with the money. So I was like, well, at this point, I've already ruined everything. I'm just going to play this game for the sake of having it be a sandbox. Like, I'm doing jobs, but not because I need the money. Just for the sake of driving and getting used to, the physics and everything of the game. Is it a Tobii camera? I can't remember. Where it follows your head. I don't know if I would like that. In practice, it would be amazing, but I want to be able to... There's a Mustang. We know that that's a Mustang. Doesn't say it, but we know it is. And so hopefully this doesn't take too long. Didn't realize how big of a trip it was just to even go and get the job. Oh, sweet mama. You know what else I'm noticing that I didn't realize before? Or notice before? Doesn't mean I didn't realize it, because it may have never happened. Just how much the truck slides when it's raining. I didn't remember there being slippery roads when driving fast and, sort of almost fishtailing. I believe this is the... Oh my god! The International 9900i. I believe. Do not quote me on that. Don't ever quote me on anything that's related to this game. It'll be a grave mistake. You know it's bad? I was in... Yeah, I'm all over the place. Okay, so maybe I do get distracted as I'm still looking for my camera off to the side. That's kind of funny. When I play on my own, which is not too often, but when I do and I play this game, I'm a lot less noobish. I just can't get over how nice the game looks. I know I keep going on about that all the freaking time, but it's a real marvel, this game. And as to how small in file size this game is, especially like the base game, I think it's like, I don't want to throw it a number, but it's like just a couple of gigs. It makes no sense, and the game is so large. Like, I get the graphics aren't like Red Dead Redemption 2, but still, game looks great. We should be there soon. Hopefully. So now that I'm all set up, new desk, everything's placed properly, I will be ready to hopefully record some Montana footage. See if we can find the father, Joseph Seed from Far Cry 5, played by actor Greg Brick, who I've briefly conversed with here and there. I mean, he wouldn't remember me, I highly doubt. On Twitter. Very, very nice guy. He lives in Toronto. But yeah, Montana, for like an upper state, like a northern state, if you will, it's definitely one of my favorite states. And naturally, it won't differ in geography too much from Canada. Like I said, southern Alberta, southern Saskatchewan, because the borders literally connect. It's not like you're in Canada and all of a sudden you take a footstep forward. You take a forward step. Whatever, you step forward across the border and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, this ain't Canada no more. It's the U.S. It's gotta be the U.S. How do you know? Look at all the trucks with the Trump flags. It's gotta be the U.S. Oh, that's how we can tell, right? Oh, don't worry, I won't get into that. But I do sometimes. But when I do get into controversial stuff, when I'm playing a game, it's always lighthearted. You know what I mean? Like, I might poke fun at some stuff, but it's all to have fun, because there are things that I enjoy discussing. When I get serious, well, then I make a dedicated video just on that. You can weigh your vehicle for 13... Why would I want to pay? Shouldn't you paying me to weigh my vehicle? Watch the job not even be there by the time we get there, because these are time sensitive, for real. Alright. Let's see what jobs we got. Ideally, I wanted something that was going to poke us up towards Sandpoint or Coeur d'Alene, but we've only got the... You gotta be kidding me. Are you effing serious? When I came here, there was more than just this. So I came here for nothing. It wants to bring us into Utah. Which, not a bad place, but I've already been there. I've done a lot of Utah. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Wow. That's probably my number one pet peeve, honestly. Honestly, it's gotta be that. But at least we got to see some gameplay. Let me just kind of figure something out here. Wow, eh? Like, just... Wow. Yeah, so we're not going to do that whole drive. Let me look at the jobs. Quick jobs here. And then we are and Idaho. So Boyce. See, apparently in Twin Falls, isn't that where I am right now? I don't get it. And I'm doing it by the longest route. Something a little wonky there. Yeah, I mean in that. Oh, these are quick jobs. Can you tell I'm distracted? Using your own truck. This is where I'm at. Okay, yeah. This is it. Why is it showing me more than one job here, but when I'm actually there, it shows me that there's one job? Doesn't really make much sense. Wow. Salt. That's just gonna backtrack us to where I was. There was one that was bringing us to Idaho Falls or Salmon, but clearly that's gone, and everything wants to bring us down south for some reason. Okay, whatever. You know what? We're just gonna do this. And again, when I check the jobs that are here, it just shows the one job. Let me turn off my wipers. Let me look at the map. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I keep forgetting when you look at the map zoomed out. Okay, I got you. All right, well, let's do it. Let's at least begin the process of going to accept this job. Can't see over here. There's a lot of times where I'll sometimes bonk the truck. It's crazy when you're... What's the word I'm looking for? When you don't play a game for a couple of weeks or a month, even if it's something you've played a lot of, how sort of rusty you can be. The whole muscle memory thing. But if it were to be another game I've just been recently playing, there would be no problems whatsoever with that. So we'll go ahead, pick up that job. The other thing, too, I don't like doing is making my videos too long for a simple reason. And I mention this in almost all my videos because I feel it's important. YouTube has two codecs, ACV01 or something like that, and VP09. VP09 is reserved for people that record in 1440p, which is a little bit higher than 1080p. Not quite as good as 4K, but even then, whatever. And what ends up happening is if you record in 1080p, you don't get that, and it looks like extra shit. So on YouTube, people will think that 1440p is massively different than 1080p, when it isn't, in actuality, very different. It's a little bit different, not very different, but in recording on YouTube it is. It's very rare for someone to be able to trigger the VP09 codec to 1080p, unless you're like Markiplier or PewDiePie. Sometimes they'll do that. So what I do is I fake upscale my games. This is actually being recorded at 1440p, but upscaled like it's fake. So that when you watch it back even at 1080p or 1440p, the quality will actually be higher. Now, something's going on here. Why does it say it's going to take an hour? This has never happened to me before. What in the holy pineapple? What is going on? This has been a catastrophe. Sorry, let me look at the map here. Yeah, I need to turn around and turn left in there. Okay, so that whole thing where I said, oh, I don't get distracted when I play this game, I was apparently very much lying. I was talking out of my ass. Very much so. Hold it! And then that Dodge Charger of yours. Or I'll ram it. I feel like I should have played this game for a couple of hours first before recording. Then I realized I just don't have that much time to begin with. We're just going for the cruise. There we go. This makes more sense. 4 minutes is like another 55 minutes. I was like, I want to be done by then. Just the detail. I know I keep going on about it. I don't think I'll ever get over it, honestly. Like, it's just, like, even, like, you know, the debris, the dust there, that just all the minor little details. It's just fucking mind-blowing, really. There's the dust. I know it doesn't seem like much, but all those little things add up for me. So help me God if we don't got nothing here. I'ma lose my shit. I know the job that I want. Oh, this one's got a GPS. It wants to make sure we're not stealing those dry fruits. You know what I mean? Ooh. That one pays more. Mm-hmm. This one goes to the same place. Da, 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 da. Let's go with this one. Let's go with that sucker. Really? Did you have to do that? At least it's still daytime. Take a good look at that view. I think those cutscenes are new. I don't remember that. Look at that. They're like recording it. Oh, today we're driving a big blue giant butt plug across the state of Idaho. It's really exciting. Get a move on it. Attention, you're about to haul a special transport. There are 2 escort vehicles which will lead you. Please, careful. Please be careful. Helps if I knew how to, how to drive or speak. Where's my escort? Oh yeah, we're hauling a big load. My trucker friend, Michael, from the good old US of A, explained to me why they do all this clusterfuckery with all the wheels, and it's simple. It's called basic physics. Even though we've got way more wheels at the back than we need because that thing's not as long, it's about the weight versus distribution. Which, quite honestly, I kind of figured. I just wasn't sure. I was like, are they just trying to fuck with you? No, they're not. Look at the back top left mirror. That's where the magic is. This is where the challenge comes in, where you've got to sometimes, run someone over, bonk into a rock. Look at that. Otherwise, I'm going to clip it. I'm almost going to clip those wheels, and that right there, some 20 minutes into the goddamn video, we're finally starting to see where this game shines in terms of... And I can really feel it. That's what she said. Like, this is huge. Now, where am I turning? I thought I was going straight past the truck and they were going to move out of the way. That's okay. That's okay. We'll figure it out. So what we're going to do is ram into that Dodge Ram. That's totally a Dodge Ram. I could just tell. If you can't tell that's a Dodge Ram, something's wrong with you. I'm watching the top right mirror. Oh, did you see that? Right? This is what I'm talking about. You see that right there? That dumpster? Those things that are in the way. I could have just cut through there. That wouldn't have been very professional, but that's all about, like, anyways, this is the magic of this game. If you didn't know, this is when it really, really tests your skills, because then if you fuck up, how do you back up? Some of these trucks you actually can't back up. When you have multiple, like, links, multiple trailers that can turn, you can't back those up. You drive straight through, and if you don't do it, you're fucked. I got the police escorting me for my wide load. All right, Popo. That's it. And then you want to utilize as much of the road as possible. What is wrong with me being unable to speak today? Again, watch the top right. Watch the top right. This motherfucker right here. Watch it. This is what I'm talking about. Very, very important. You see that? How the hell? Right here. What am I supposed to do? I technically would have gone out a bit more to the left, but this fuckface is in the way. So we're going to end up clipping it. Like, can I... Yeah, give me that cold stare look in her eyes. I seriously don't know how you would do this normally. Like, that is abso-fucking-lutely ridiculous. Sweet mama. Oh, by an inch. Anyhow, if you've made it this far into the video, it doesn't matter how long you watched the video for. The fact that you clicked on it, I'm getting paid an entire nickel for this video. But this highlights it, like I said, for me. This is the pinnacle of fun. Like, this is where I'm just, like, in my element, and I'm like, this is awesome. Not that the first part wasn't, but that's just cruising around. This is the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes. I'm hungry. And this one I can't speed, so right now I've got the pedal to the metal. So again, what we would do is utilize as much... Oh my god, I was stepping on the gas, and I thought I was hitting the brakes. Did I mention I didn't sleep well? Oh, that's a Honda Civic Type R. Very nice. Okay. Oh, mama. Top left. Hallelujah. Shh. Did you see it bouncing around a little bit? I didn't hit it. The car got scared and it just went, oh my god. Woo! That was good. All right. 3 hours. Am I going to record this whole thing? I probably won't. We'll just see how it goes. When you're doing a special load, apparently we just have the right of way. Red lights mean nothing. It's like an emergency. You just get to go right through, and I think it's like that in real life. I've very seldomly in my life seen anything like that. I'm not saying in Canada we don't have truckers, because we obviously do, but the good old US of A has 10 times the population and 1,000 times the wildness. So it wouldn't surprise me. So 25 miles an hour. Yeah, we're speeding a little bit, not by much. See, again, it's a red light. That means nothing. And look at all the cops at all the intersections just, like, waiting for me to come by. Is it? How's your baby? Don't ask. I'm very, like... Anybody who knows me remotely won't be surprised by the weird things that I say. And when I used to drive... I still drive. Why am I saying when I used to? When I drive. Well, when I used to drive when I was younger, sometimes I'd roll down the window and, you know, just scream some random shit at people that were crossing the street, for example. If I saw someone like in an electric scooter, I'd be like, there's a speed limit! Because obviously they can't go that fast, but they... Anyways. Just being goofy. Nothing harmful or really crazy. But it was a lot of fun because I would cruise around with a couple of friends of mine. And my friend that would sometimes sit in the back seat, he was like really shy. His name is Dan. And he used to try and hide under the seat. Because he would get freaked out by some of the things that I would say. 555 divorce. Is that a real number? Probably. Quick loans. Oh yeah, they redid like gas stations and stuff like that. Like, so that's like more believable or something like that. I don't know if it's because they're using real gas station names. I don't know. I could really do this forever. Maybe someday when I have more time and I'm not so stressed out, I might live stream the game. There, I just thought I would kind of... Look at the falls, eh? I want to make sure I don't, like, ding up the truck there. It's a little bit awkward, but I felt that... Look at the person paragliding. Did you see that? Why am I looking over there? Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. No. I got $1.6 million. And that's US. That's like 10 million Canadian. We're good. We're in good shape. We are in fantastic shape. No, that's reverse. Because my wheels turned. Oh. How part of me just wants to delete this footage. %1 damage, though. That's okay. Nobody's got to know. Not a big deal. We'll get that fixed when we drop off this thing. So like I was saying, until I got rudely interrupted, I really want to take that in. Look at that. Look at the water, how nice it looks, the falls, the splashing of the water. You gotta enjoy the finer things in life. I think that's pronounced Boyce. Oh, look at the bike. Very nice. So yeah, I wonder if that's what happens when you do a real job like this. If you'll have cops like spread out for hundreds of kilometers, that seems a little excessive. And then it'll obviously be timed, like, okay, we should be arriving here then. Make sure you're on standby to let the cargo go. I don't know if that's really how it goes or not. I love this truck, and the other one that I normally drive. See how gorgeous the sky is? It's not an airplane game, it's not Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it looks pretty amazing. In that respect, I wish when I was playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, and some people got butthurt by my comment that the roads and stuff would look just as nice as they do in a game like this. Because the whole landscape looks amazing in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But the roads, there's something with the roads, especially when you have the Google Bing Maps thing going on, and it looks like shit. It's really, really annoying. But see, this is relaxing. I feel like I'm in my element now that I'm on the road, and I'm not trying to do some fancy stuff or almost plunge my truck off the road, off a bridge. I wonder if there's a place I can go and repair. That's like my OCD kicking in, because it's 1%. We don't need to do it. But part of me is like, we should do it. But it also affects your time, I believe. Because I don't believe I damaged the cargo, which is the most important thing. As far as going to really high up in Idaho, I'm going to have to probably do that on my own, or maybe in a separate video. What's going on over there? Oh, it's for me. I remember in the comments section, actually less than a week ago, someone saying, hey, when you do those escort missions, how do you get the cops to escort you? And I was like, it's just done automatically. They're like, weird, because I took the job and I didn't get escorted. I was like, well, then I guess it wasn't an escort job. Unless it was a glitch. I'm not saying that's impossible. Logitech G920, the PlayStation one that's good with PC. Apparently it works on Xbox as well. It's compatible, which is really nice. Really, really nice. It's considered an advanced beginner. That's what I'm calling it, like advanced beginner, because there's cheaper wheels. I mean, it was like $300. And that was like on sale with taxes and all that, I think, roughly. It's not cheap. It's like $220 US just to play a $5 game. Well, I mean, I play Forza, but believe it or not, I actually been playing a lot of Forza on the Xbox with a controller. And I've just enjoying it. I've been enjoying it just as much, to be honest with you. Now, when it comes to a game like this, I absolutely refuse to play this with a controller, a keyboard. I can't do it. This game needs that steering wheel. It just needs it. Forza, I don't know, it's weird. I love the steering wheel with Forza. But part of my OCD and how I'm really OCD is sometimes I don't want to bother with the steering wheel, loading everything up, playing a game on the computer. PC gaming stresses me out for reasons that I don't really want to get into because they're kind of silly. They're not things that convertible Mustang that most people fret about, but I do. It's more confusing. It's more complicated. PCs are much more capable, but they're also more problematic at times. Consoles are much simpler, more streamlined. In the instance of Forza that I talk about, which is one of my main go-to games, you got to go through Steam or you got to go through the Microsoft Store to play the game. Microsoft Flight Simulator has its own launcher. It's just, whereas on Xbox, just bam, you're in. Rockstar, for example, let's say you're playing Grand Theft Auto 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2. You gotta go through the Rockstar launcher. There's just no way around it. And if you haven't logged in a while and you don't have internet, which can happen to me quite often, little breaks in internet here and there, you can't fucking log in. You can't even play your game offline. And if there was an update to Steam, and I've had that happen before, and you try to go offline, didn't always work. Same thing with the Epic Store. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Whereas on a console, doesn't matter the console, PlayStation or Xbox, I have them both. If you want to play Red Dead Redemption 2 or Grand Theft Auto 5, you're not going to be asked to log in every 30 days to re-authenticate who you are. Those are some of the things that I don't like. Steam is a form of DRM. I'm not saying consoles don't have DRM. They have them in a different way, like an Xbox. You have to log in with your Microsoft account before you can even play a game. You don't have to do that on PlayStation, but then they have well, I think they fixed it now, but they have that CMOS battery, and if it dies, and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff, but you can replace those, and those last usually a very long time. But overall, it's just simpler. Game saves, mods. No two games put the saves in the same folder. To me, every single game in history should have the game save at least in the game's folder. So let's say you're playing Days Gone. You know, C drive, games, Ben Studio, right? Whatever. Days Gone, and then within it, a folder that says save. Rockstar, same thing. Rockstar, you know, Grand Theft Auto, save. Or Rockstar, Red Dead Redemption, save. But it doesn't work like that. It's like C, app data, local roaming, all this fucking shit. Some of them are in the documents folder. Yeah, it's a mess, like I said. Or it can be. When things work, oh yeah, they're great. Like a game like this is pretty straightforward. I backed up my my settings for my steering wheel and all that, so if anything were to ever happen, I don't have to remember how I calibrated everything. So that's very nice. And then it's Steam, so... Well, no, that doesn't mean anything. I was going to say, so the saves are more organized. Not necessarily. Actually, for this one, it's pretty complicated. I had to make a notepad of all my games, the main games that I play and where their game saves are. For something like World of Warcraft, naturally that doesn't matter because it's World of Warcraft. All your stuff is saved server-side. Except for, like, your preferences and stuff like that. For, like, your graphics options and your audio. Right? Adapt your speed for possible crash. Should have warned me about that earlier. This'll be interesting because we're almost done. Adapt your speed. Technically, I should be in the left lane, turning right. Because I own this road. But in real life, you would sort of kind of do that, but not really. Some states have different laws on that kind of stuff, actually. Where you're like, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of allowed to do what I'm doing here. Don't you honk at me, boy! This is the U.S. I had to do it. Look at the back right. Otherwise, I would have clipped into the post. That's what I mean. That's not bad driving on my part. That's just... What's he record? What's he looking at? I'll give you something to look at. You giving me the finger, pal? Oh, you're waving. Okay. I thought he was literally going like this. I was like, you want some of this? Yeah, you better stop. We're almost there. I'm not stressed. This was fun. I'm just being honest. Part of me enjoys this more when it's just me. Don't have to worry about anything. But again, now that I'm doing a real job, this is definitely something that keeps you on your toes in a different kind of way. That wouldn't be good right at the end, ba-bump. You can actually hide those X's if you want for better immersion. I don't care about immersion. I want to know where I can go, otherwise you're just driving into an invisible wall, making a further ass out of myself. Just what we need. Watch the top left now. Easy does it. Get rid of that blinker. The blinker! There we go. Gotta go in the grass. Otherwise, look at the top left. Is there a sign there? I think there is. Or a mailbox. Granny's not getting her mail no more. We'll probably end up taking it out. To skip the park, yeah, we could just hit enter, which I probably... Did I take out the mailbox? Nope. Granny Smith is still going to be getting her mail. Excellent. Yeah, so this part, you got to be kidding me. And I will never do it. Ever, ever, ever do it. Where I do... Oh. Oh, well, there you have it. You know the part where you pick whatever the thing is? You know, what kind of parking you want to do? Now, on my own, you're not coming with me for this one. We're going all the way to Sandpoint, which will bring me through some of these big towns here. And then hopefully I can fix my truck somewhere along the way. Not that I need to really do it. It's more of an OCD thing. There's a spot here, but I don't want to backtrack. Yeah, I'll have to do that on my own. Well, that was a lot of fun. At least for me it was. I can't speak for you. Now, where'd the police go? They are gone. All right. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, I might get the shifter at some point. I think that would bring extra immersion to the game, the little shifter there. And then you could push the button. You could do, you know, the 18 speeds or whatever the hell it is. That thing at the top right, spinning, that's very like Far Cry 5, like on the cover. See how you just jump into A5? A lot of people are like, oh, you start in first gear. No. And if you know what you're doing, you don't even need to touch the clutch. See, watch, look at the... See? Neutral. You start in 5. And then you'll skip right to 8, 10, 12. Increments of 2 for the most part, so it seems like. Back down to 10 because we slowed down. Just watch the number so I don't have to keep repeating it. Right? Is it always in 2 pretty much once you're going? Yeah, 18, then 20. Holy. I just realized 18 was the time. Why am I still looking over there? Oh, it's because I got distracted because I could see the sun in the distance. Anyhow, that's it for me. I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. Truth be told, originally I was planning on this video probably being a third of the length it ended up being. But that's okay. Holy mama. Might as well save it. You know you haven't played the game in a while? There it is. I had to take my glasses off so I could see better. 1.44, that was the beta. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, clean, that's with no mods, or that was like a long time ago, back in February or whatever of last year that I last played it. This one, oh, there, the 1.44 beta. We'll go ahead and delete that. All right. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me a little bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up. It's a lot more than just a warm, fuzzy feeling I get inside from seeing 2 or 3 thumbs up on a video I upload. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. Maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. Make sure you do that. And I'll bend it in half, twist it, and break it off in your ass. All right. Bye for now.